And how are you this 6 in the morning? Everybody else had discovered the 3D universe script for Bone Dynamics, which I was really excited when I found it. So excited I had to call a friend to get her to calm me down so I wouldn't make a stupid purchase in case it wasn't what I thought it was. Especially because I had emailed DAZ a while back actually describing possibilities of how bone dynamics might work in the program and explaining how if put in conjunction with d-force so that it would have collision, you'd have this pretty close to a pretty good physics engine because it would follow the bones and do the thing with the thing. So I ended up getting the script because if you look here at Lung here, who's in my where I'm at in Akashic, he's going to be showing like in the next page that I'm actually working on. So I have spent all day long rebuilding his hair so it had bones because yeah, and I'm happy about the script and disappointed. So let's run through the script first and my experience, my how it has worked for me so far. First off, I couldn't find the freaking thing. Daz, my voice is tired because it's 6 in the morning for me and I'm out of water. Just cope, guys. Daz likes to force you to use a smart pane. I do not use the smart pane. I actually do the old poser method of manually cleaning up my library. I will sometimes spend hours doing that. Doing that has been a lifesaver. Moving along. So it took me a while to find the script. I actually had to find a review by someone on their blog off-site to find where the stupid thing was located because I couldn't figure it out. No, I'm not going to learn the smart pane over this. And so I got it. Now I've got it in my script thing. And first things first, I forgot to select. And you're going to select the bone that you want to move. I want all of the hair to move. So first thing I'm going to do, because I've already done it, is I'm going to clear animation tree so we can start over. Now what I have found though is if you do the script and then do it twice, you can only clear one animation tree. You cannot clear two. So make sure you've got what you want. I keep telling it to save settings on exit, and it keeps ignoring me. That's problem number one. Very annoying. I want it to do a keyframe every 10 frames. For cartooning, and especially with what I do, that is awesome. And because with the frames too close together, because you will end up tweaking, is a problem. So 10 frames. I would go 15 would let me, but it looks like 10 is as far up as I can go. I'm going to tell it the whole animation range, and I've got him doing a bunch of random motions. Up here, you're supposed to be able to click this to get a 2-page PDF that would show you more than the basics that I'm looking at on the thing. That's what I get. I get a stupid X mark. I don't get to have a PDF. I don't get to have a tutorial. I don't get to have a manual. I don't get to have any of the fancy stuff that everybody else has. I get this just stupid no sign. Okay, so I'm having to like guess because no one's done a tutorial yet. It's too soon. But so far the problems are very rampant. Apply effect, or I would, except because I had hit that, I have to start over again. I tell people, you want to see how it didn't. You want to find out where the problems in your program is, let me play with it. And I don't want it to be super strong, so I keep putting it really low. And it ignores me. Another thing is on his hair prop, I have limits on. Now, the first thing I noticed was this script was suspicious. Well, not suspiciously. Was because great minds do think alike. Was a lot like M Casual's script from way back where you would put a deformer and it would like move things around at a lag. This thing is a bit more powerful than M Casual's script, but having used mCasualScript before they finally put out dForce frequently, I learned that one way to beat one of the problems was to have limits on your bones. And I would, or on your deformer, I would put on some severe limits. And so this hair, especially the bangs, has limits turned on. Apply effect. Do. Now, if I only wanted, say, the top of the ponytail to move around, I've already tried it, and then ponytail moves stiffly. So if you want things to flow like I do, then all the bones got to be flowing. All right, it's applied, and you can see I've got a keyframe every 10 frames. Okay, go up to Mr. Lung here, and I'm going to test the animation. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. I accidentally selected head, so the head's moving too. Now, that time I was able to undo, so be careful what you select. But while I'm at it, I will tell it to, I can remember, limits on. Limits on. I'm checking. I see that the limits on Z rotate is the problem one are on. Okay. Now, do again. Please don't. Well, I kind of saved it that time. I'm surprised. It's been giving me so many problems. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, let's see what happened. You know what, this, see how it's clipping? It doesn't have collision because it's a script. I feel it should really, I hope that that this is just a quick fix, like so many quick fixes happened when they were building dForce, and that's, I mean, they responded very well to my suggestions when I emailed them about how Spring Dynamics could be piggybacked onto dForce, so I'm hoping they're still working on it at this stage. But I mean, the movement is so much better than dForce. I'm sorry, but it is when it comes to animated hair. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. But I mean, I was like, oh, there's this other utility. Possibly it does an answer for yeah, whatever. It's not moving enough. So I'm going to do this one more time. This time I'm going to clear it through here because I've got too many things going on there. Cleared. Did you see how the keyframes disappeared? Okay. And now I'm going to increase the strength and lower the stiffness, but I'm going to keep the damping. Everything else looks good. But yeah, it completely took away my limits, which I'm a little annoyed by because now I don't do a whole lot of animation I do animations for Kaushik, so this is like a godsend for me on some stuff, but you see his hair's moving, his ponytail is not swishing the way it was earlier. I'm very sad about that. Let's try this again. I think I have damping too high. What do you think, guys? His ponytail's like, fly! Okay. Third time's the charm, and then I'll quit and move to the next part. I'm going to move damping down. You know what? I'm going to tell it reset, and then I'm just going to go there. Okay. Let's see what we get this time. There we go. We've got a ponytail that likes to bounce. It's not moving as prettily as it was the last time I did this. I don't know what happened. why things aren't. It was very pretty, and then I decided to record. But if I could get, I mean, the bangs are beautiful, but the ponytail is being a travesty. I should have saved a preset. I can't. Okay, one more time, guys. And then I'm gonna, oh, I hit the wrong reset. Aha, learn something and learn something and learn something. Hair animation tree. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Everything except for that's the way it needs to be. Include follow. Retain frame. Save settings on exit. Apply effect. This is gonna be really wild, this one, because this one's like, I'm Footloose on Fonzie Free. I think I had lowered the effect last time. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Let's see, we'll get to where we're just staring at the front now. And but you notice the limits are gone. I have the limit set so it won't clip into his face, and it's like, screw you. And so then I'll go in and I'm like, select children, and I try to tell it to put the limits back up. Let's see. Bigger limits on. Let's see what happens now. Let's see. But the limits are not. And so I have to go, and so, I mean, you know, DAZ has been buggy the last couple of updates to start with, especially on my computer. Yeah, I've got to where I'm keeping old 4.12, and I'm refusing to upgrade it because of the bugs that are a problem for me personally. I don't have time for some of the crap. It's like, quit, you know, trying to put stuff out in a hurry. Now you see here, well, what's nice is I can select that bone that's supposed to be freaking limited. Well, look, the limits are on. But I can adjust. So, boom. And now it's no longer clipping. So it's a good way to set up an animation to get started. I am so sick of that hair getting in my way. See how I'm able to just tweak and then to the next keyframe. And his hair is like away, and so I've got to go and find out, so that I'll just scrub, find out if it clipped him. If I were doing an animation, I would clip, and it did, so I would fix it so it doesn't clip, but I'm not going to bother because that's not the point. And then here again, I don't know why, you know, he's like, yeah, baby, I'm sexy, and but you can see that and here I've got clipping again despite everything. Oh, that's on the higher up bone. That tells me that I want to, and it's really nice. I'm using this to like figure out where my limits should be. So that's always handy. And you see here it went through his face again. So I'll just do that. And here it's like, screw you, what's a limit? And I'm like, well, it's that thing you're supposed to be using. Oh, that's not the one that's the problem. So then I gotta move it out. But I mean, it's easy fixes. I'm sure if you're using DForce with DAZ and you try to get this kind of good flowy animation technique look, not so much. I have tried setting after setting after setting after setting, and I've got some settings that I can use. If you follow my Mohegan language project, Pappy, the new character that came out recently, her hair is with D-Force and a whole. I cannot wait to fix her hair. So it's not D-Force anymore. And you know, the hair will lose its shape and you name it, and it's just freaking obnoxious. I really hope that the DAZ company will marry the concept of being able to move bones independently with D-Force, because this is a great script and it's a great utility, and it's going to save me a lot of time, and it's going to really enhance my art, I suspect. Although it's going to slow me down a little bit, because I'm going to have to, like his hair, I had to rebuild so that it was, because it was like pieces cobbled together, and so I had to actually take those pieces and build him a raw prop with bones, which I've been meaning to do that anyway. Okay, so now we are going to, so we can watch the hair in motion. Take this camera and put it on his head. I'm going to put it on his neck. I'm going to watch through the camera. Or not. Let's put it back on the head. Here we go. Yeah, I like watching that foot come to my face. But you see, I mean, there's like one bit. There it is. Like, there it is. Right there. Where his hair is, you know, clipping back in again. And you know, another thing I've noticed is delete selected keys never happen. So a lot of changes. And my computer's been really buggy lately too. I need thousands of dollars so I can have a computer that can keep up with me. All right, so I'll move that out. And of course I moved the camera because I am dumb. Move that camera up. I'm sorry, I don't care to see his food. As you can see that tweak, and then the animations. I don't know why he's got boobies. I'm not pleased by that either. This thing is just so, oh my god. But there you have it. That's what I've been able to figure out using, you know, without a manual. Now, and on one final thing, and I thought, okay, well, a way to beat the, what's the word I'm looking for? Collision would be possibly D-Force. Now, the first time I tried that, let's just do this one. How can I put it? Wow, his hair's just moving. He's just buggy all over because, I don't know. This is like the latest public build that I just installed today, and I'm regretting it. I have to say, I am completely regretting it. I'll be going back to 4.12 for a little while. But anyway, if you try to put D-Force on this with the bones moving, I have done that with other props and gotten success, but my computer crashed. I couldn't handle it. Good luck if you decide to try that. Now I'm going to go to here and dynamic strength 0, except for hair and hair soft. I want it to have some dynamics, and then I am going to see what happens if I only do this one frame. Will I get what I want? Or will it crash? Da 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 da. It's gonna be slow, by the way. I don't know my computer. Well, how did he turn into a woman? What the heck? So I think that might be another problem with this script. That or it's oh, I better not do that. I'm a dork. It's moving pretty quickly. And so I'm sorry you guys, I gotta like hang here while I go through this. I'm not even editing this either. I'm just gonna upload it. So I highly recommend you just skip. I guess I can give you some music with my tired ass voice, because like it's like 6:12 in the morning for me. Music, music, bored while we wait, music. So bored while we wait, so bored while we wait. La 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 la. Okay, that was it. This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that never ends. Oh no, it's gonna be in my head now. Looks like it's not freaking out, but if you try to do it with animation, my computer was like, oh, screw you. And I was like, but come on. But with D-Force, when you have bones or a deformer set, it tries to stick with that shape. So it's my hope that maybe I can apply D-Force to certain frames, to correct something if I absolutely have to, kind of like a correction technique when it's extreme, like with that one. Although it looks like manipulating the bones manually and just repositioning frame to frame, it will work. But that beautiful flowing hair, it opens up possibilities for things that I want to do to my lovely characters at Akashic. If you're reading the comic book online, you're probably not going to see this page until next year that I am working on. Although the page is, the website's showing like a couple of pages, I am over 50% done with the Chapter 2 book itself, because I have to say, if I had stuck with hand drawing and my quote-unquote, to quote some people, amateurish art, I would probably still be working on Chapter 1. Working with 3D is very intensive, and I tend to work longer hours than when I hand drew, but it's I don't know, the time flies, and the art is consistent, and I completely enjoy some of the art I've been able to produce from it. And wow, I'm already halfway through Chapter 2, and I just only picked up Akashic like a month and a half ago again for Chapter 2. So yeah, I've got to get the comic scheduled in advance, because I have a speaking role in a movie, and that means I'll be going out of town next year. I don't know when, so I'm trying to get the comic scheduled up and set so that if I do go out of town, there has to be a hiatus, at least it won't be a long one. Plus, it's just nice to get the story going. If you're an old Akashic fan and you haven't been reading the new version, I have to tell you that currently, where the website is now, the timeline from the old story is completely splitting apart. Like, there's still some elements from the old story, but it's about to split almost completely. It's been breaking apart like a bad dream. So what have I got? I've got hair that has collided to his back, and I really hate. Let's see. Okay, we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. I would have to do D-Force more than one panel there, but that's fine. If I had a faster computer, it wouldn't be a problem at all. So notice, see how his ponytail's kind of lost some of its floofiness? I'm okay with that, though. His hair is supposed to be fine, like baby fine. I do not know why he's a woman, but I am annoyed by that. Anyway, that's it. Okay.